Hi, I'm Alexandra Yarrow, and I'm your 2016 OPLA president. And today we're going to talk about the 3 new laws of libraries for busy librarians, so fasten your seatbelt. So the 5 laws of library science have been around for a long time, and many of you probably have them committed to memory. Yes? No? Okay. They've also been revised a number of times. We keep picking at them. My concern with some of those revisions is that sometimes we really focus on revising them in terms of format and not in terms of service. So I think service is really key here. So today what we're going to do is blow them up, but I also hope you take a chance when you're listening to me to realize that the spirit of these 5 laws still stands and that they can be modified and they can be brought into current library experience. And we only have 3 because for real, life is short and then we're all going to die, and I don't want my tombstone to read, "She answered a lot of email." So as I said, fasten your seatbelt, here we go. Number 1. Our buildings and services are for everyone. So as Ranganathan said, books are for use, so are comfy chairs, and so are study carrels. Some might say, of course, our services and collections are for everyone, but keep in mind that that means they're for everyone, but they're also of everyone, and I think it's that community-led aspect that's really key to contemporary public libraries. If it's not a service or a program that people want, kill it. Conversely, if it's something that people are clamoring at the door asking for, considering incorporating it. It's about that responsiveness and the communication between the community and the library staff. And maybe sometimes it's a little bit about control, let's be honest, and we can't always control everything, nor is it really beneficial to our communities to do that. So if somebody's clamoring for a particular service, think about ways in which it could be incorporated creatively. So for instance, several years ago, I was working at the Carlingwood branch of the Ottawa Public Library, and we were noticing that there were a lot of seniors sitting in our teen zone all day, every day. And part of that was because the light was really good in that space and they really enjoyed reading their morning papers there. So instead of having a constant struggle and fighting it, and the teens fighting it, we decided to rejig the teen space and move it somewhere else and turn that former teen space into a bit of an open space for everyone, where we moved different collections into it, including things like large print that some of our older adults enjoy using, and kind of made it a bit more of a space for everyone and reclaimed it for the purpose that it was really ultimately being used for, instead of fighting that. So make sure that you're including people in those spaces and making sure that they all have a space to be. In case you're wondering, the quote on that slide came from an Open Shelf article, actually, entitled "Open for All." And the American librarian Karen Schneider also has a really great manifesto online where she talks about some of these things. And she says, "The most significant help you can provide your users is to get value and meaning out of the information experience, wherever it happens. Defend their right to read, and then get out of the way." I feel like that could stand for a lot of our services that we offer now. Defend that right to access, whatever it is, and then get the hell out of the way. So, law number 2, we meet people where they are. So I know, granola moment with that quote there, but it's really true. We don't have the ability to change people, much as we might like to. Sorry, hold hands, sing kumbaya. But as librarians, we can actually change the world. So a lot of our customers maybe don't want to read. Newsflash. Maybe they're just here to play chess. Maybe they're starting to lose their memory and they're confused by some of the novels they're reading, and it's not the comforting experience that it used to be for them. But maybe it's time to finally move on from that prescriptive librarian idea that we have to fix everything and improve everyone's lives. I feel like it's hanging on like this vestigial limb, and we need to finally just cut it off and let it go. Stop taking ourselves so seriously and stop always getting everyone to drink the same Kool-Aid. Maybe it's okay to just hang out with some of our customers, create that space where it's welcome for them to come no matter what they're here for. And if they're not ready necessarily to make an improvement or a change in their lives, just sit and be with them in the place that they are on that particular day. That's as valid as anything else. We don't have to come to the table necessarily unbiased. I think we get stuck on that idea a lot too, but we're here to create what David Lankeys calls an intellectually honest experience. So we're not unbiased, but we value that intellectual honesty. I had a parent once tell me that she was coming to the library for her kids, but that she herself didn't know how to read. Now maybe she wants help, maybe she wants to do something about that, and maybe she doesn't. And that's okay. Not everyone has to be on the same path, and it's okay to just, like I said, be with people on the path where they are right now. Law number 3, our last law, standing up for community value and impact. The library is still a growing organism, but it's not just growing in terms of collections and services anymore. It's growing in terms of the impact it has and the effect that that has on growing our own communities. So we live in a world that prioritizes efficiency and return on investment and cost-benefit analysis, and we absolutely have to have a seat at that table and be a part of those conversations and know how to speak that language and demonstrate that. We also have to demonstrate the more intangible values and impacts that our library has in the community, and that's really important too. So, if you're not at those community partnership tables or those city council tables or whatever the case may be, and you aren't able to tell a great story about your library that demonstrates that impact, then you're probably in trouble. So if you don't have that story in your pocket, make sure that you do, because you're going to need to whip it out at some point very soon, probably on a regular basis, in a way that's natural and informal for you. When I meet a new community partner, I try to ask them one thing that is a success that they're really proud of recently and one thing that they're struggling with. And part of building those relationships and demonstrating our value and impact is kind of creating that sense of trust and that sense of, we're all in this together. We're all part of the same community. Some of the things you're struggling with might be some of the things I'm struggling with. And some of the things that you're proud of might be things that I could help further along as well. So kind of encouraging that relationship to grow. You don't want to be that person at the Wine and Cheese who's always hustling for their own particular initiatives, but you want to try to build on relationships and show mutual respect and genuine interest in what other people are doing. That's really key too. So yes, we are kind of always hustling, as my friend Wyclef says, but that song actually is about drugs, so don't, totally hustle all the time, and drugs are bad for sure. Thank you for indulging this little rant of mine. I know it's a lip talk, not a rant. And thank you, for going forth in your communities and demonstrating that value and impact every day and making a tremendous difference and standing up for the library, because if you don't, then nobody else will.
Enjoyed the talk? Be sure to stay tuned for more talks like this one. They will be uploaded every other month. You can also check out the videos that we've already posted and shared. We encourage you to leave a comment below to keep the conversation going. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. You can subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss any of our videos. We upload more than just talks like this, such as event highlights and divisional presentations. Thanks for watching.